that way. We won't go that way, sorry. So I want to show you what I'm doing here. There's your air conditioner. I got a mess here right now, but you see these two holes? Excuse me. Got a hole here, and I got a hole here. And what I'm trying to do, see these? Ouch! That thing just stabbed my hand. Not really. I'm being a little dramatic. It didn't really stab me. Daggone it. Anyway, stick that on the side. I don't even know what that is. Anyway, these are called pipe bollards. And I'm going to put a couple in front of that air conditioner right there. So let me show you what I got. I still got to do a little bit of work on those holes. Because there's a little bit of asphalt still. I don't know. It doesn't have to look real pretty, but I don't want there to be spots where the concrete that I put in there is going to be too thin, so it cracks and breaks off. I'd rather the stuff that I do actually stay. So I've got to do just a little bit of cleanup work on those edges. And this, so those other pipes are 3 feet out of the ground. These pipes right here, 4 inches by 7 feet, right? So if I'm gonna make them 3 feet out of the ground, the holes that I've got are 13 inches, and that's as deep as I can go. Whatever. So, ow, it did stab me. Look at that. I'm bleeding a little bit. Oh, big baby. Okay, so if I want them to be 3 feet out of the ground and I got 13 inches deep, that means I got to go 4 feet, 1 inch and make a mark. And I'm just going to mark them both. I got them, I just picked these up. And they're still tied together down here. So, I want to try something. I don't know how well this is going to work, but I honestly think it will work. Heck on it. Let me take that off. So, you know those bracelets? Remember the bracelets they're covered like in felt or some kind of cloth, usually. But they're, I don't know, this long, however long they are, but you put them on your wrist, you go, and they snap around your wrist. Those are made, if you ever take one apart, it's actually made from pieces of tape measure, right? So what I'm thinking, all right, I got a mark on there. I'm gonna mark these again, 4 feet, 1 inches again. Put another mark on this one. Now I gotta spin it. And I'm gonna try something that I've never tried before, but I'm gonna try it right now with you, and we're gonna see how it goes. This is kind of ridiculous. But again, I think it's gonna work. I gotta cut these. This is why I'm marking them. Look at this. It is gonna work. And you know what? There are contractor people all over the entire world right now, just yelling at their screen. Quit doing that. Don't do that. Don't quit. Well, you know what? It works. I think it works. So, doing it. You know what? It actually works pretty well. Better than just trying to mark the thing over and over and over again. Let me set this one over here for now. Let's do the same thing on this one. I think it's fine. You know what? Just to be sure, I'll mark it again. Soapstone. This stuff is handy for, like, you know, marking metal, and I don't know, it's good for a lot of materials because it shows up. Oh my, yes. This works. Heck yeah, it does. I'm telling you, it's hard. It's hard to mark a pipe. Somebody else probably knows a way that's like the right way to do it. But I'm telling you, right now, this works. And if you get one of those bracelets, once you're done with it and you're worn out with it, open it up. You're gonna see there's a section of tape measure in there. I'm gonna let me grab this board real quick. I don't know if I cut this in the back of this truck. It's not my truck. I don't want anybody getting all wound up on me. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Shouldn't be doing that. I doubt anybody would, but anyway, got my grinder. Got a little abrasive blade on there, and I've got extras too. But we'll see how far this one gets us. You know what? This is not going to be as peaceful as any fire videos that I do. It's not, sorry. A little better than halfway. It takes a while. If you have a demo saw, it's basically this but bigger, and you can put a diamond blade on it, cut a concrete, or put an abrasive blade on it like this, but a much bigger one. You'd be through this pipe by now, easy. Anyway, this is what I got, so this is what I'm using. It'll take a second, but we're more than halfway down already. goodness. You know what? And look, you can be the judge. That's one of the flattest, straightest cuts I have ever done with a pipe. Usually you start, wherever you start, you end up like an inch lower. By the time you get to the other side, that's the way to do it right there. I'm telling you right now. Like it or not, that works, people. And I think I'm gonna put that into the ground. That part will be down in the ground because like this doesn't seem, as I say that, I find one. I was gonna say, this doesn't seem to have like any sharp burrs or it might, I don't know. Basically, I'm gonna put this down in the hole. Make sure it's plumb, straight up and down. And then I'm gonna put concrete around the bottom of it. And then when that concrete gets hard, I'm gonna put concrete down in it and fill it all the way up. That's what I'm talking about. That's a pipe bollard. That's what it is. And that is going to protect the air conditioner unit from crazy people driving into it and stuff, you know what I mean? So now what do we do with this? It's almost 3 feet long. I bet you down the road we'll find a reason. Good use for that. Let me cut this one. My line got a little bit wonky, but I'm gonna just, let's see how well I can do it. Tell you right now, I hope I never, ever, ever forget that I marked these pipes that way. That's the best. That worked out better than any way I've ever tried to do it otherwise. You do whatever you want. How's that sound? All right, so there's another one. 4 feet, 1 inches. Let me take it over here. I'll show you. I'm taking this over here. I'm gonna take you over here too. Okay, so see this? Here's what I'm talking about. Sorry, cameraman. See this right here? So that, I want to chip that off. Same on this side. Here. And I'll show you with my grinder how I got that far. But also I need to keep going. So I'll be right back. I'm actually really surprised that I got through both of those pipes with that just one of these blades. I thought it was gonna take like 4 of them. But see, they're real thin. You gotta be real careful. Just take your time. These things, if you push too hard, they're going so fast. If you push real hard, they'll explode. And I mean, not that you want to see it, but if you really want to see how dangerous they are, you can see pictures of people with little pieces of this stuck in their face because they got a little bit too excited. And I don't know if you notice, I always take the battery off when I change the blades, because I know myself too well, and I know that there's a good chance that I'm gonna do this to try and tighten it or something crazy. And basically I'm trying to make sure that I'm being safe to myself. And I think I just did that backwards. Let me see something. I'm pretty sure I just put that blade on there backwards. And to be honest with you, I don't know how much it matters. Yeah, I definitely did. When I was doing concrete, I used these all the time. These little blades like this, little diamond blades, I think they're called. So they're supposed to, let me show you, see if you see any diamonds on there. You can tell the blade is like whatever, it's just metal, and then these tips right here that go all the way around, they're supposed to be diamond, little tiny diamonds in there. Diamonds are so hard, right? They're the hardest material. Oh, all right. Anyway, they're supposed to be really good for cutting. And they are, I guess. These things work. But what I was gonna say about concrete is if you ever notice, like in a sidewalk or anything, doesn't matter, concrete, you're gonna see either saw joints or joints that were tooled into the concrete before it got hard, while they were finishing it, as they were pouring it, whatever. And the reason those are there is because all concrete cracks. And it's, it's cement mixture with stone and whatever. You put water in it. That water eventually evaporates. That water at one time was taking up space. When it evaporates, it's gone. It leaves basically a void. That concrete is not the same size when it's dry, cured, as it is when it's wet. You get it? You get it. So you cut relief joints, or you tool them in, again, while you're pouring it, and that is where you're trying to control where that concrete's gonna crack. And if it's done right, Go look at concrete, and where you see those joints, there should be cracks in the bottom of them. The joints hide the cracks, they control the cracks, whatever, instead of the cracks just going everywhere throughout. Anyway, so a lot of times we would pour something, we would come back later, like a driveway or a garage floor, or bigger pads, you know, like sidewalks. We typically did tool the joints in as we were doing them because you could reach across, or two guys, one guy on each side, could knock it out pretty quick. But for bigger pours, we typically, unless the customer specifically asked for it, we would let it get hard. The next day we'd come back with a big saw that you would stand and push, walk behind it, and cut. I don't even know how deep it is. There's a specific depth that you're supposed to cut per, like for 4 inches of concrete, it's typically the depth of the concrete that we would pour, unless somebody said, I want 6 inches. Because I got heavy equipment going over this over and over and over again, or whatever. But for every 4-inch pad, you're not supposed to go bigger than 10 feet by 10 feet without having control joints. So if you're pouring yourself a driveway and it's wider than 10 feet and it's longer than 10 feet, just make sure that there are no sections when you're all done with it that aren't any bigger than 100 square feet, I guess, that don't have, you have to put a joint in there or it's gonna crack. So do it your way, of course, but that's what I learned. Anyway, also, I think now I can get this saw at an angle because I got everything out of the middle, and get these edges better, which is what I'm gonna try and do now. Because if there's concrete, so like my finger is on that lip. If there's concrete that's that thick, it's definitely gonna crack and fall off. It's no good. So I'm gonna fix it now instead of having somebody have to come back and deal with it later. Anyway, this is gonna make a mess. And if you're doing this, get headphones or earplugs or something. I don't have them because I didn't think that far ahead, but you should. Alright. We'll see. I'm going to take my time with this because I really don't want to mess up this top. I said that, then I almost just did it. Just gotta be careful. Try not to get in too big of a hurry. is way better now. So, I shouldn't be using this hammer. I shouldn't be using the hammer like I just was. See how much better that is? This edge, I'm gonna still work on that, but see, it's way better. It's way, way better than it was. Now, maybe, yeah. And again, you just want to really take your time with that. Asphalt, once you get asphalt, so, I mean, it's on the ground, right? It's hard if you touch it. But it's like, once it gets to this, when you can really get your hands on it, it's not that strong. I know, it's all smashed. It's all smashed flat. But it's actually really brittle if you get little pieces of it. Okay, so I feel a lot better about that now. That where I'm going to put this concrete, it's all going to definitely be able to be at least 4 inches thick. Everywhere I put it. So I'm not worried about it breaking, cracking. But, so here's what we got to do. Try to remember which end did I cut? I guess it was this end. My goodness, that's definitely the best way I've ever marked a pipe. So here we go. I think that'll work. I just want to get it, you know, I want to get it to where I know it's going to have enough concrete around the outsides. It's not perfect. But what I cut here isn't perfect either, unfortunately. All right, I think I am happy with that. So, let's see if this works. I don't know if this is going to work or not. See down in here? Oh, so close. Gosh. Now, oh, you kind of can. Sorry, the edge of the... You can see what's going on here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this just like I do in a lovely fence. This is the beginning part of it. try and make sure this thing's plumb, right? There's enough concrete in there to hold this thing right. I think right now, at least, I think. We're good that way. Oh goodness, just gotta lean this way quite a bit. Now we're good that way. Check this way again. That looks real good. I don't know what it looks like from where you are. So, believe it or not, let me show you down in this hole. See this at the bottom? This is like really, really tightly packed down here, but it's still gonna let water come up and it's gonna let water go down. It's not completely sealed off. So, I think we're all right. You don't want to put too much water in it anyway. There's no reason to put too much water in it. But if you do, it's going to run away. It's going to get out of there. I think it's going to get out of there either way. But, we'll check this again. Yeah. Still good. So, I'm gonna do this. And honestly, I didn't really know exactly how I was gonna do this. I definitely didn't think that I was going to do it this way, but this way's going to work. It's going to work, daggone it. That thing's good. Right there. That's perfect, actually. Okay, so I'm actually really happy about the fact that it's still down, because I don't know. I mean, I don't think I need to. But what I kind of want to do, I kind of want to put 2x4s all around the top of that hole, and then pour the concrete up to put them down flat. You know what I'm saying? But kind of frame that hole, and then pour the concrete up to the top of the boards, so they're 1.5 inches above. That concrete will end up being, I don't think that's necessary. And also, I don't have an edger. You know that concrete finishing tool that makes the edges rounded so they're not sharp edges? I don't have one of those. So if I just make it flush with the ground, then I can make it as flat as I can. And I think everybody's gonna say, yeah, it looks good, it's fine. I just will know myself that it could be different. But I don't want to go buy an edger for one job. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. We'll do it this way. See how it goes. So now I got to do this other hole. Same thing I just did to the first one. Let's go. And I guess I'll go ahead and push all that extra concrete on down in there. Keep the asphalt out. So when I do fill up the pipe, because I got to put concrete on the inside of this pipe, and when I do this part on the very top, I'm going to mix it. I'm going to mix the concrete with water before I do any of that. It won't be long. It'll be in just a minute, but I'm just letting you know in case you're done watching. I'm going to do that part differently than what I just did. All right. Knee pads. I forgot I brought those too. Excuse me. All right, same thing.
Be sure in the shade this time.
Yeah. That's right. At least you're in the shade this time, he said. Yeah. That's right. Okay, I gotta get another bag. They're over here. I'll grab one. All right, I think that's about what I did last time. About half a bag. Whoa. Yeah. About half a bag. See where we're at, kind of. Ooh, there's not much holding it. A little bit. You know what I gotta do? Put some water in there. I don't want to put any more concrete in there yet, but ooh. See if this works. Okay, so that's good right there. Need a little more concrete. I didn't think that was going to be the case. Not a lot, just a little. Yeah, like that. Like that. Make sure this one's still good. Oh yeah. That's perfect that way. And it's perfect that way now too. All right, good. Good deal. All right, I think I'm gonna just dump the rest of this in here now. Why not? What are we waiting for? Except I just knocked it. Whoop. I'll tell you what. Okay. So here's the question. Those are both in good shape now as far as being plumb. Here's the question. Put this concrete down in both of them, but I have to fill that one all the way up, and have to fill that one all the way up. And then I have to bring that concrete up to being plumb with the asphalt. So, how much more do I need? I've got 2 bags. I don't know if that's gonna be enough or not. 2 bags. Put just a little bit more water in that one, not much, just a little bit. Yeah, that's good, perfect. All right, so there's moisture in the ground, right? So that concrete, every bit of it, it'll suck up water, it'll get water. Every bit of it. It doesn't matter if I mix it down there or not. This part, if I put it in this pipe, the bottom of that concrete would suck up some condensation, some moisture from the ground. But I don't think it would go all the way up the pipe. So I'm gonna mix that. I'm fine with that. I just wonder, I think I'm gonna need more concrete than I have. I just have to go back and get more, I guess. I think I can go ahead and fill up these pipes too. Gosh, I'm a little hesitant because when I used to do concrete all the time, what we would do is we would do this much of the pipes, right? And then we wouldn't, and it was usually the next day, we would come back and fill the pipes up with concrete. I'm thinking about doing it all at once, which I think is still gonna work. I mean, I really do. Yeah, I think it will. And I wouldn't do it if I didn't think so. There's one more thing I want to check real quick though, because this is something that nobody would notice. Nobody would notice besides me. But it'll drive me nuts. Every time I come by here and look at this, oh my goodness, it's perfect. Don't touch it. That's so lucky. That is so lucky. Oh my goodness. Because otherwise I would have to cut one side, you know what I'm saying, to make them level, to make them the same height. I really don't think anybody else would notice that ever, or even look for that probably, but I would know. But I don't have to do anything because it's perfect. That's awesome. So let me get some more concrete. And I'm gonna mix it right here in this wheelbarrow. So what's, you know what, I think I do have enough water. I was going to say, I don't think I have enough water. I think I do. So, you definitely don't want to get too much water in this stage. I know this is weird looking. I've got 2 buckets that are stuck together. I've actually seen videos, I don't know if it works or not, but if you get an air hose, you know, got an air compressor. If you can get down in between there and shoot air, this one will rise right up. I've seen it. I don't know if what I watched was real or not. Because who knows? But I haven't tried it. Obviously, my buckets are still stuck together. All right. You know, I said you don't want to put too much water in here, and I think I might have done that. Sorry. I got another bag of concrete that I can throw in here if I need to. I don't think I'm right. I actually needed just a little bit more water. Just a little. I hope that wasn't too much, what I just did. If you've only got one bag, you gotta be real careful. It'll get away from you real quick. Alright, I think I'm in good shape now. So, the bummer is that it's hard. It's so hard to get concrete to just go right down in the hole. So I'm going to miss a bunch. It's all right. What we used to do, when you do a bunch of these, you take a cone, a traffic cone, and you cut the top off. And you cut the top off, and then you got like a funnel, basically. Put your concrete down in the top, and then you flip it over, right? Got your cone, cut the top off. Stick it in there upside down. Now you got a big spot. You can put a shovel full in, and you can kind of massage the concrete down through the funnel. I don't have that right now, so I'm just trying my best to not spill too much. It's all right. It's not going far. I'll find every bit of it. I'm sure it could be easier and faster. I'm really hoping this does both pipes. Or at least one. Trying to see. Oh yeah, it's too. You can't see. It's coming. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough to do this pipe and the bottom part all in one, but If I can get both of these pipes full, I'd only need one more bag of concrete for sure. I would not need any more than that. I wouldn't even need one full one. Anyway, now you know. When you see these things, now you know what's in them. You know what I'm saying? Tell you what, I need a stick. Maybe I'll just use the bottom of this shovel. That didn't make a huge difference, but it made a difference. Got it all packed in there. You want them full. You definitely don't want, when it's all said and done, they make caps for these. There's different things that you can do to completely finish these off. You could just leave it just like that. Put one of those plastic caps over it, it'd be fine. But it's not my money that I'm spending, so I got a trick I'm gonna show you real quick. Let me go grab this bag. Watch this. Let's hope it works. It should work. Not bad. Not bad for a guy who doesn't know what he's doing, right? It's really not that bad, is it? So, it's not done yet. We're gonna let it sit there like that. And then as it tightens up and the water starts to evaporate out of it, then we'll hit it again, smooth it down a little bit more. But that looks the same no matter which angle you look at it from. Plastic bag. Kind of cool, right? So, you wanna know something that'll drive you crazy? I did concrete work for, I don't know how many years. And so over the course of, 10 years, I ended up with several finishing tools. And now I've done two really small concrete jobs, this one, and I did some curbs over whatever. And I have no idea. I know I still have my concrete stuff somewhere. I know I have it. I can't find it. And I have no idea how. Where did it go? It's insane. I mean, it is absolutely bonkers. I'm gonna just use this right here. So I had to buy a float. I had to buy this. I probably got 4 of them at home somewhere. So, whatever. It's not the end of the world. I guess now I've got one more. I don't know when I'll use it again, but What did I do with it? Now I'm a little bit nervous. This doesn't look like enough. It's not gonna be. No. Man. Well, let's see how close. Let's see how close. I got a feeling I'm going to get this right back out of here. Well, here's a little. Nice build. No, there's not enough. I can't do that. So, scoop it out of here, put it in here. What you gotta know around here, or anywhere else where it freezes, if water gets down in here, it gets in here and then it freezes and water expands, it's just going to explode all this, and we definitely don't want that. So what's kind of dumb is I just forgot that I got a whole other bag of concrete. Could have just made it, put in there what I needed, and then put. Let me get it. I think what I'm going to have to do is go get more water. Dude's just hot lapping. He's just driving in circles. What? Can I help you, man? Can I help you? doing the same thing. That's not better. Alright, well, watch this one get filled up now if you want. Watch your knee on that thing back there. Okay, so same thing here. So when it's all said and done, I'll come back through here and paint these, and they'll look just fine. Unless he tells me he wants covers of them, but I doubt it. I doubt he will. Nobody sees these. They're way back out of the way. But paint will help them from rusting and all that good stuff. And I don't have to get on a scissor lift to paint them. Thank God. By God. Getting closer. This one's gonna do the same thing to me as the other one did. It's gonna make me think that it's got enough to do the whole job, and then it's gonna let me down, I'm afraid. Man, that'd be awesome if it did, though, wouldn't it? Because this is it. This is the last bag of concrete I got. I have to go back and get another one if I don't get it with this. I have to leave this job and then come back to it. I don't want to do that. I think what happened, I did the curbs, right? I told you I did a little tiny curb job. Well, I don't know. I never was the guy who ordered the concrete when I was doing concrete. There's a formula that you use to do square footage times your depth, you know. However, whatever the formula is, I don't know what it is. I think it was told it once, but I didn't remember because I didn't need to. Anyway, I usually when we would do jobs, it would come in a truck. We did bigger jobs than curbs, like I was doing. Like, I'm telling you, when I did curbs, I did like, I don't know, 2 of them were probably 2.5 feet wide. And the bigger one was maybe 6 feet wide. I don't know. But looking at it, and then imagining in my head, you've seen these bags of concrete that I've been using. How many of those bags would fit in those holes? I decided that it was going to take 13 bags. It ended up being 5. Honestly, I cannot believe that it was only 5 bags, but it was. And I truly still can't believe it. Anyway, so I had to take back 8 bags of concrete. And I felt terrible. I truly did. I thought, this is embarrassing. And somebody's got to put all that away. I offered, they wouldn't let me. Probably against the rules. But, yeah, I thought, my goodness. Anyway, now, I've done it again. Except I got too little this time. Let's just see something here. Did I get too little? double check. It's not too late, but I think I'm in good shape anyway. Yep. Glad I looked. Okay, that's good. All right. You definitely don't want to don't leave concrete on your level. Levels, they're expensive. I see people using them to like do all kinds of stuff they're not made for, and I think, well, I guess you just like buying levels. You don't want your level to work, whatever. They use them to like smash concrete down in, you know, like I've been using the handle on the shovel with different things. Anyway, if these can't sit flat on what you're trying to make sure is either level or plumb, then they're useless. So, I think you should take care of it. I can definitely get one of these finished. Let's do this one. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get them both. I really wish there was someplace else I knew that needed just a tiny bit of concrete. Because that's what I'm gonna have, a tiny bit. This wheelbarrow is so beat up, there's nothing flat. All right. You know what's crazy? I don't think there's enough to even finish one side. Now I gotta steal from this one. It's all right. It'll all get done. always been kind of a perfectionist when it comes to this kind of finishing concrete when it's in this stage. It's still so wet. And it's not gonna, you're not gonna get it much better than what, wherever you get it to a point where you think, all right, I keep messing with it, I can't get it any better. It's because it's got to set up more. And really what I'm trying to do right now, more than anything, is make sure, see how, you probably can't tell. Well, you can a little bit, like, I don't know, it looks different to you because I'm looking at both. It looks a little bit different on camera than it does in real life, but I can tell that it looks a little bit more drastic on camera than it does in real life. But you want the water, this ground right here slopes that way, right? So if I put a marble, right here, it would roll this way. So water is going to come off the building. It's going to run and it's going to hit this concrete, and then it's going to have to go uphill to get to this post. No, it won't go uphill. It'll go around it.